Good morning, Kolkata. Firstly, let me take this time to thank Father Anthony, now Gagan Paris, and of course the member for Peit Constituency and the community. Thank you very much for allowing us to hold this very important dedication service for the public service of Bougainville. God bless Bougainville. In fact, I'm probably the first time back up here. It's a beautiful place. Thank you to be a nice host to us. Let me acknowledge the President and the ministers of ABG who are here. I want to also join everyone to welcome the Auditor General of Papua New Guinea and your staff. Thank you for making your time available to share this important service with us. Not forgetting my Deputy Chief Secretaries, the heads of departments, all the public service, thank you through, welcome. The police force, thank you for being present, and also the media. Thank you everyone for attending this very important service. It has been our tradition in the last 3 years, time we take over this role, to make sure that we hold such an important service for the public service. This year, we are glad that we are taking this service out of the heart of Buga town, in Gagan. Perhaps next year forward, we'll look at other venues. But we are thinking of having the similar ceremony for the public service in central Bougainville and also in south Bougainville. So that the intention is that for every public service in Bougainville to be speaking the same language. Sorry, let me also acknowledge our development partners. New Zealand government and Australia, I forgot, sorry, my apologies, my sincere apology. You have been very important partners in the development of Bougainville for so many years, and thank you for coming. We have launched a 5-year development plan last year, and we also have launched our Vision 2052. That is a 10-year plan, and it's important that we together, as one team, implement these development plans together for people of Bougainville. Such a dedication service is important because you know the Sabe, our journey in Bougainville is not just a political journey or an economic journey. It is also a spiritual journey. Now, you know Christians, we know that our background we be plenty in PNG. We came from a Christian background. Just yesterday, the PNG Parliament only passing one line, important legislation, and that is for PNG to identify itself as a Christian country. And I believe Bougainville, we are part of that belief also. Going forward, I think it's that identity and recognition that Bougainville imports a lot. You know, we inherited this load and this burden for the people of Bougainville. And you know, as Christians, we know that we cannot carry this burden alone and this load alone, except you too must ask him big man, will help him here. Making this load that is the burden and be lighter when we are carrying. And that is the reason why we have this kind of service. It's important that we have a relationship with our clergymen because you sabe, they are the people that intercede between us and our God. You know, they are the ones that go between humanity and divinity. And it's important that we have this kind of relationship so that time you may carry this particular load for the people of Bougainville, we know that we have a God who is there to make it better and lighter for us. Look, fundamentally, to our gathering today lies the commitment to the future of Bougainville. A commitment that is reflected in the Bougainville Vision 2052 and the Bougainville Integrated Strategic Development Plan 2023-2027, both of which we have launched last year mid-October. These visionary documents, born from our collective aspirations, pave the way for Bougainville's socio-economic and political prosperity over the next, 3 decades. I want to expand on the Bougainville Integrated Development Plan, which is the first medium-term plan for the government. The BISDP is a very intentional plan. It's a planning document we put together, and it provides an overarching, a strategic focus on what is important to the ABG and our people over the next 4 years. As public servants, the implementation of these plans becomes our shared responsibility. We must adopt a whole-of-government approach, working hand in hand with our people to turn these aspirations into tangible realities. The underpinning strategy of the BISDP is one people, one plan, one budget. And an essential component of this approach is to revitalize the public service, organizational structure, to bring the collaborative approach. It is important that we recognize that the issues and the challenges we face today cannot be effectively addressed by individual government departments or agencies working in silos. It is a teamwork. Therefore, my department will be leading the whole-of-government approach that recognizes these complex challenges, emphasizes on alignment, collaboration, cooperation, and coordination across all government departments so that we achieve our goals together. To achieve this, my department will lead the way in promoting alignment, collaboration, cooperation, and coordination across all sectors. Together, we will work towards our sector goals outlined in the plan. And I'll go briefly. We emphasize on strengthening of good governance, institutional capacity, independence, readiness, creating a just, safe, and secure society for all, fostering an educated, healthy, and prosperous society, promoting a smart and innovative Bougainville through research, science, and technology, improving accessibility, connectivity, and overall quality of infrastructure, encouraging a broad-based, diversified, and sustainable economy, cultivating happy, engaged, and peaceful communities. So within the BISDP are the 7 core values that will guide our actions, our joint actions together. One is, of course, good governance, ensuring that the whole of government business is conducted with integrity and in an ethical, impartial, and responsible manner as custodians of the people's interest. Transparency and accountability, fostering openness in governance and decision-making, holding all stakeholders accountable for their actions and responsibilities. Now, of course, the other one is equity and inclusiveness. Encouraging equitable participation from all segments of society in decision-making processes, accessibility to basic services, and enhanced quality of life. You will see that these plans that we have outlined have called for everyone to be included in the joint implementation of these plans. Sustainability. Promote the responsible and sustainable use of Bougainville's natural resources, balancing economic development with environmental conservation. Resilience and innovation, encouraging creativity, adaptability, and the adoption of new technologies and approaches to address the challenges and opportunities we face. And you will know that, you will see in the documents, we make emphasis on research and development. Innovativity is the way to go. Cultural preservation, value and protect our unique cultural heritage of Bougainville, promoting its importance for our social cohesion and identity. Peace and reconciliation, an important program that we must continue to drive in Bougainville. Fostering an environment of dialogue, healing, and unity, acknowledging the past while working towards a peaceful future. So, as public servants, we are in the front line or behind the scenes supporting services of delivery to our people. It is imperative that we hold these important values in everyday discharge of our duties. Our people have the right to expect high ethical behavior from each and every one of us, no matter what job we perform. Let us embrace the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead of us with a renewed commitment to Bougainville. Together, we can forge a path towards a prosperous and sustainable future for Bougainville. Remember, there must be a reason that you come to work on a daily basis as public servants. And for me, what drives me to come to work on a daily basis is the fact that I have to deliver a country for my people. And I would like everyone to have the same spirit in you, and that must be the reason to wake you up every morning, to get up, to drive to work every morning, and spend time in the office, because you and I have a greater responsibility to our people, and it's to deliver a nation. We have a timeline we've set, and the timeline is not earlier than 25, no later than 27. That is our dream, and I hope that as your chief public servant, you share the same dream with me. Thank you all, and God bless everyone at Bougainville.
Firstly, I'd like to also thank Father Anthony and the Gagan Perez for hosting us. I'd like to extend my minister's apologies. She has a prior engagement outside of the region, so she couldn't attend this important event. I would like to acknowledge the presence of the President of Bougainville, His Excellency Honorable Ismail Toroma, Ministers of the Cabinet, members of the House of Representatives. I'd like to also acknowledge the presence of the Auditor General of Papua New Guinea and his team, our good development partners. I would also acknowledge your presence here. All the heads of departments, Bougainville Public Service, Thank you all for attending this very important dedication program. The Bougainville Public Service is the core mechanism to deliver services to our people with integrity and outward accountability. Despite the many challenges we continue to face, we have gone from strength to strength in delivering in the best interest of our people. I urge and challenge every public servant in here to not take your jobs as just ordinary jobs, but to take your jobs as a calling to improve and develop Bougainville as a whole. In the last year, we have gone a step further in our efforts to bring the government closer to the people. We have established several key offices at the Kiata District Administration in Toniva Central Bougainville. This year, we will also see other departments establishing the presence in the districts. We are doing this to ensure that our people see and feel the government's presence on the ground, where they are, and not just at the headquarters here in Bougainville. My ministry and my department will be leading overall transformation process of the public service into a dynamic, efficient, principled organization capable of delivering not just service but quality service to our people. We will develop the appropriate human resource mechanisms in the Bougainville Public Service to attract and retain a cadre of professionals capable of delivering quality service to all stakeholders, thereby sustaining development in Bougainville. The intent inevitably is to transform our Bougainville public service from our current status quo to one that is founded on good governance and modern best practices and is effective, efficient, transparent, and accountable to the government and the people of Bougainville. It intends to create add value to the operations to the public service by developing, setting the necessary legal framework, legislation, regulations and policy, institutions and parameters, ensuring that the staff are appropriately recruited, developed, trained and are qualified in the jobs. To enhance capability and capacity within the Bougainville public service. My department will be working closely with the Department of President and BC to ensure that the staff performance framework for all public service staff at the individual work plan level is aligned with the ABG's planning framework. This is very important. You may all get a work plan with me, have to be in sync. This includes the incorporation of the BSIDP, whole of government values, as well as that individual work tasks and KPIs are directly derived from department corporate plans that are formulated in alignment with the BSIDP. I want to remind us all here today that we are all leaders in different roles that we hold, and it is critical that we uphold key qualities associated with servant leadership. We are all leaders in our own way. So these 7 qualities, public servants, bilagi yukol katalo, appreciating, grasping multiple qualities. First one, and for myself, I think it's the most important quality is empathy. As a public servant, we must understand and demonstrate genuine concern for the well-being of the people that we serve. Our track record in customer service is in that class. I want something we need to improve. The second quality is listening. As a public servant, we must actively seek the input and perspective of others and providing our undivided attention to our members and stakeholders. Third, humility. As a public servant, we must learn to acknowledge our limitations, our mistakes, and be humble enough to learn from them. The fourth quality is vision. As a public servant, we must understand the vision of our government and work towards aligning our plans and goals with this vision. Fifth, accountability. I want the important ones there too. As a public servant, we must create an environment of responsibility and trust and be able to hold oneself and other accountable for the actions. All our actions have reactions. So you must be accountable for all this. Second last is courage. As a public servant, we must have the courage to make difficult decisions for the greater good of our people. We must advocate for what is right, even if it is unpopular. Lastly, patience. As a public servant, we must understand that change, growth takes time, and we must demonstrate patience in challenging situations. So these are the 7 qualities I urge you all public servants to grasp. Suppose we kisim put on 7 qualities that we will develop Bougainville. As you all well know, being a public servant on Bougainville is no easy feat. We are tasked with not only delivering services to our people, but also to set the foundations we need for an independent Bougainville in the future. It is in this sense that I want to call on all of us today to realign ourselves to the long-term vision for Bougainville, that by 2052, Bougainville will be a high-income, educated, healthy, and peaceful sovereign nation. We must strive to give our utmost best towards making this vision become a reality. It starts by doing the little things right. We must adhere to the highest ethical and behavioral standards we must act in the public good, we must remain committed to the government and the people, and we must all times be accountable and transparent. We owe it to our future generations to create a safe, prosperous, educated, healthy, and peaceful sovereign Bougainville. God bless Bougainville.
Good afternoon, everyone. Once again, I would like to take this time and opportunity again to make a few remarks. Firstly, the Padre of Gagan Parish, your words brings us a plumb line. That plumb line is there. We cannot avoid that plumb line. I also want to take this time and opportunity to also acknowledge Auditor General Chief Gordon Gagan. And I also want to take this time in the presence of our ministers and the Chief Secretary, Deputy Chief Secretaries, Heads of Department, and representatives from our development partners, and more. I acknowledge the presence of this member of the public service here today for the 24th Bougainville Public Service Dedication Program. Ladies and gentlemen, as Christians, we acknowledge that our existence is only by the grace of God. As Christians, we also recognize the importance of this holistic human development that balances our personal and professional lives spiritually, physically, and mentally. As people of faith, each year we decide, as we dedicate our public service to God, that we may receive His blessing as we serve our government and the people of Bougainville. The public service exists to carry out only one priority: to serve the people of Bougainville. To serve our people is a sacred duty that we as servants of the people swore and ought to uphold. Therefore, we are duty-bound to ensure we provide efficient and effective service delivery that reaches the further corners of Bougainville. In every sector of the autonomous Bougainville government, we are called upon to empower our people by providing them with the necessary means to progress development. We must begin empowering our people through economic empowerment by providing investment and business opportunities that will contribute to national growth, harnessing our natural resources to develop nature, investments in mining, agriculture, and manufacturing industries. Education empowerment by providing a modern high standard of education at the primary, secondary, and tertiary levels that is compulsory and free for all our people. Health empowerment by providing good quality health services that are affordable and accessible to our people. Infrastructure development such as roads, schools, airports, and wharves, we modernize towns and urban areas throughout Bougainville. It is also vitally important that we must empower our people actively participate in political and development process in Bougainville. Our people must be enabled to participate and take ownership of every development sector in Bougainville. Real development is not only tangible, but it is also be an all-inclusive and far-reaching as possible. The autonomous Bougainville government, political leadership, and the public service coexist solely to carry out two fundamental objectives: to serve the people of Bougainville and prepare for independence. We are at a transitionary phase where we are laying down our foundation for nationhood for our people. We are doing this through our current service delivery mechanisms and the setup of our democratized legislative framework that will provide oversight of our government and administration. As we work towards nationhood, we have a strong government and public service. We can only achieve this if we adopt a strong corporate culture that has values that encourage moral and ethical standards. And I will make mention particularly of the following values and principles. Integrity is the cornerstone of every public service. It is the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. As public servants, we must uphold the highest standards of integrity. We must be transparent in our actions, honest in our dealings, and steadfast in our commitment to do what is right. Accountability is another crucial aspect. Each one of us is responsible for our actions and decisions. We must be willing to accept responsibility for our actions and be ready to face the consequences if we fail to meet the expectations set for us. Accountability ensures that we remain focused on our duties and to deliver on our commitments. Loyalty to our government and to the people we serve is paramount. We must always put the interest of the public first. Our loyalty should not be the individual's or personal interest, but to a greater good. We must remember that we have here to serve the government and people of Bougainville, and that interest must always come first. Lastly, patriotism. We must have the unconditional love for Bougainville, our people and our culture, and it should be the driving force behind everything we do. Our actions should reflect our commitment to a betterment of Bougainville. We must take pride in our work and strive to make Bougainville a better place for all our citizens. In 2020, I've announced my government's 6-point strategy as a guide in rebuilding a new society for Bougainville. They are political control, economic control, the administrative control, mobilize private sector and civil society in the long-term vision and planning, and lastly, the international relations. Under the strategy of long-term vision planning, I'm pleased that we have progressed well with the completion of our Bougainville long-term vision 2052 and the Bougainville Integrated Strategic Development Plan for 2023 to 2027. The long-term vision states that by 2052, Bougainville will become a high-income, educated, healthy, and peaceful sovereign nation. For us, for all of us here today, both political leaders and public servants, we now have to ask ourselves, what is my role in bringing Bougainville closer to the vision? How can I contribute meaningfully to build a Bougainville that has a vibrant and a thriving economy and a society where our people full potential is recognized and harnessed. Our long-term vision is the unique blueprint that will guide us in all establishments, the foundation that are required for us to build, and the kind of society that we envision. Our values captured in the Bougainville long-term vision are ensured to ensure that every citizen is provided with opportunity and fulfill their potential. Vision 52 is cemented in 8 key pillars: the Bougainville way, integral human development, leadership and governance, peace, justice and security, sustainable economic and private sector, infrastructure development, international relations, environment conservation and climate change. As President, I ask you all to begin this year with a clear understanding of the Vision 52 and its 8 pillars. There must be a clarity in how it is translated into the Bougainville Integrated Strategic Development Plan, because it is a roadmap that secures Bougainville's future. We have seen growth in our economy, our infrastructure, our progress towards political independence and sovereignty in the last 4 years. Though it is slow, it is still a testament to our resilience to progress despite insuperable challenges we face in finance and governance. This perseverance is the direct result of my government decision relies solely on the Bougainville public and our homegrown advisors and technocrats. I decided that it's now time we take ownership of the process by having our people who understand our felt needs and aspirations mapped, and map out the different tangible development through the establishment the public service mechanisms. This is the achievement we have accomplished together. Before I conclude, I want to say that when I took the office as president, many skeptics doubted my ability to lead Bougainville. Some urged that my experience as a revolutionary military commander and a peace builder were not sufficient to meet the demands of the highest public office in Bougainville. Others said that I did not possess the charisma in the tact of the predecessor or know the flair for a political cloud. That may be true, to some an extent. However, I'm not disturbed by those comments and criticisms. My life's single vocation has always been to serve Bougainville and to defend our people. In my role as the president of Bougainville, my devotion is to serving Bougainville has not changed, no, it has been on. I am still the very same man who was inspired by our political forefathers to bear arms and defend Bougainville against foreign oppressors and fight for independence aspirations. So I urge you, my fellow servants of the people of Bougainville, to be true Bougainville patriots. Be loyal to your government. Be steadfast, resilient in the face and the city. Always have the best interest of the people in your heart and your mind. In conclusion, instilling these values in the Bougainville public service is not just desirable, but essential. It is the foundation upon which we can build a robust, efficient, and effective public service that truly serves the people of Bougainville as we anticipate independence. God bless you all. God bless Bougainville.